This is the short movie. I'm taking this for the Rotary Club in Tyler, Texas, to show what can be done in terms of development projects and participation with people here in Africa. Rotary has a project here that I want to explain and show you a little bit. Where we are at is in a very remote area of Ethiopia, in the far southwest, in an area called Wasema. That's the name of the village. The Kabele, or the township, is called Minagulti, and the Wareda is the Hamad Wareda. So what I explained all that because these remote villages were the Hamad people, the indigenous people from the South Omo region, the far southwest area of Ethiopia where they live. And we're here today doing some sanitation training, trying to teach the people a little bit about washing with soap and water and the significance that that represents in terms of improving their health conditions. Ultimately, we will return to this area and do some water projects. They have about 3 pumps here, 2 of which are broken. So our intentions are to repair those broken pumps. Over in this area of the village is a small mill. This building right here in the background is a mill that is used to grind corn. And the women belong to a cooperative where they grind the corn, and the money they make from grinding the corn is used to support another facility, which here is this small little store, and there they sell soap and they sell cooking oil and different essentials. Anyway, this is just a tremendous project that was spearheaded by an organization called GTLI, which stands for Global Team of Local Initiative. And they got a fairly substantial grant from USAID, from the federal government in the United States, as well as participation from Rotary Club International, specifically the Rotary Club Extension out of Bainbridge, Washington. Washington because in Seattle is where the GTLI organization originates. They are an organization that looks to build capacity to empower people to help them achieve self-sufficiency. Here is their project sign, Global Team for Local Initiatives, and the center here is a rural trading center. The local Hamad people come from the surrounding area, maybe 15 to 20 kilometers away. They'll bring corn, and then they'll grind the corn to make meal out of it for their cooking purposes. So, and in turn, then they will pay a small amount of money to have that grain ground up, and then from that money, the local community here will invest it into a trading store, and the store then provides the essential goods for the people. Again, all from the purpose of generating some revenue for self-sustainability. And I call the attention of this whole thing to the Rotary because I have met a couple of Rotary members in Addis Ababa that I would love to have them get in contact with our own local Rotary there in Tyler, Texas. But here is the sign posted by Rotary International on behalf of the this grinding mill and trading center project, and you see it's an upgrade of the grinding mill, spare parts, and capacity building provided by the Bainbridge Island Rotary Club and District 5020 of Rotary International. The people on the ground for this particular project, boots on the ground if you will, is the organization Global Team for Local Initiatives. Teresa Reeder and myself, Tom, started this Project Ethiopia, and it's been just a wonderful blessing for us in terms of relationships that we've been building and learning about the peoples in the region. And here, this area of the extreme desert southwest part of the Ethiopia is an area that's rural, semi-pastoral in nature. That is, the people are basically agriculture, but primarily what they do is they herd cattle, they follow their herds wherever they travel in search of pasture land, and they acquire wealth in terms of quantity of cattle that they have. And that wealth is important in their social structure because it kind of dictates their pecking order where they're at in terms of the hierarchy of control, I guess you would say, or just their position within the community. So here's interesting. Here are some women carrying wood. That's firewood that they're carrying from going out into the bush and collecting that wood, and they'll bring it back for the purposes of firing their stoves for cooking their meals. The women are the workhorse of Ethiopia by far. The men are very well, they task themselves with watching after their cattle, and the women take care of everything else. So that is not an uncommon sight throughout Ethiopia. It's not just here in this region. But traditionally, the women are extremely hardworking people, are burdened with all the tasks, the mundane tasks of everyday life, very laborious, fetching water, getting the firewood, taking care of the children, cooking the meals, so on and so forth. But anyway, that being what it is, it's their culture, and we're not here to interfere with their culture, but we do want to help them in any way that we can to better their lives. And so part of that was today doing this health and hygiene training. The first segment that we teach is about the importance of washing your hands before meals, before cooking, so on and so forth, and for the elimination of germs and basically preventive medicine. In this village is a small, off in the distance there you see a cement building with a tin roof. That's provided by the federal government, and it's a health outpost building. And they don't really provide medicine per se for illnesses, but they do treat or provide preventive care. And in the form of HIV training. HIV is very prominent throughout the country, so there's big training efforts that goes into it. So here's a typical Hammer woman. She, with her child, she just came now and attended the training session. So now I suppose she'll be heading on back to her hut for the day and taking her little children with her. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Okay? Okay.